Hi there, welcome to Solana Wyckoff Technical Analysis session. So Solana have found support within the upward channel box. So there are two support lines over there. One is the bottom of the channel, the other is the key price level of $180. So let's take a look and see where Solana is heading, and is there really a downtrend being confirmed right now? If you're new to my sessions, these are the key takeaways that you can expect to get. One is the current and future Wyckoff stages, or like near-term Wyckoff stages. The other is the key price levels that Solana may have resistance or support. The third one is the breakout timing in terms of the price actions, whether they are indicating any breakout time points anytime in near future. So let's focus on the weekly chart to start with. I have probably closed I just want to bring back the volume. Okay, here we're seeing this upward channel box, and this week's candle basically retested the price outside of the box, so we probably have to make some adjustment, but we'll do it when we get to the daily chart. Hi Sam, thank you, thanks for your kind words. So here, let's talk about the Wyckoff first. Previously we said there is a higher probability for the price to come down to show us another sign of strength. Currently, it's not moving in a very rapid way towards the south, but it's probably just short term, and we have to be careful, because what happened back in February, it was kind of similar. There was some sharp drop, and then for the next 2 weeks it was kind of taking a break, but then eventually you see the drop like deepens week by week. So we have to observe very closely whether it's going to exhibit similar behavior. When we get to the daily chart, I'll show you more what's going on. So the lower chance towards the upside, I believe in current market sentiment, that's kind of expected, and that's why like heading towards the higher key levels of the 210 or 260 will be like the chance will be way lower. So be prepared for the sign of weakness coming on. And let's check the Bollinger Band current squeeze as well. Previously, the squeeze back in September, August in 2024 brought us the swing that still hasn't ended. And currently, the purple lines, the top line, is within the orange, well, as early as mid-June. But then the bottom edge, it's not really getting within the orange. The closest we had was around mid-August. So it's not exactly we are having a squeeze, at least on this higher level time frame. We can check this again when we get to the daily chart. So from the big picture perspective, this is really key. Is Solana going to break outside of this upward channel that started sometime around March, April this year? So this half year, you can say a bull run, basically this leg upward for the past half year may be ending if this box is broken. This time point here, pointing towards early December, we can keep that in mind for the time being, because now we're getting to the daily chart and we see some early signs of this box. If not going to be broken, at least we need to do some adjustments. So here, over the past few days, let me move the Wyckoff text first. So this sign of weakness definitely has been confirmed on the 11th. So we've got sign of weakness at the similar level back in late August, and also this LPSY has been confirmed. Interestingly, for all the early tags I've put in, they have all been confirmed. The second time sign of weakness This is potentially another LPSY. Okay, so now what? For the past 2 days, even, well, including first day, 3 days in a row, the price was trading below this bottom edge of the upward channel. Only today it kind of climbed back to within the channel. Looking at what has happened, instead of, let me remove all these past boxes to make the chart easy to see. So it's time to adjust this channel box, because previously the uptrend, the slope of the uptrend is steeper. Currently with this movement, it may still be within the uptrend, the Solana price. Let's assume that it is. I'll add in the downward trend in a minute. So adjust this so it covers the wicks as well. I'm just trying to see if I can really getting these up first and all these here selling climax. It's actually deviating a bit from the buying climax. So it's not really the case, I think, that it's not a change that it's still within the box. So I'll keep the box the same. Sometimes we have to test this if it is really like getting into a milder trend, but now this time it looks to me it's definitely deviating too much. So it's time to get to the new downtrend that I mentioned in the title. So if the price is really falling outside of this uptrend, let's adjust the bigger trend back to where it is. By referring to the center line, I know how much I have moved it. Just make them parallel and we'll get back to where it was. Okay, selling climax, buying climax, up first back there, it looks alright. So this downtrend, new downtrend that I put into the title, looks to me is something that we're going through now. So we have one up first point over here, the automatic reaction, last point of supply, the sign of weakness just last week. So 4 reference points allowing us to construct this downward channel. Currently the price, while it's struggling, like the bulls and bears are battling around the original bigger box, this new trend may be where the price would go to in the near term. So for the next few days, especially when we get closer to the 9th of November, if the price is still trading within the bigger box, this is a real test to see whether the price will continue within the big box or is it going to break outside towards this new downward trend. So we still have like around 2 to 3 weeks before this time point, but I shared many times before, these kind of breakout won't wait till the very tip of those wedges or triangles. It's going to probably happen sooner than that. So one more indication we can draw. Remember the center line or the middle line of these channels, right? Like the dashed line for the bigger box. For this smaller box, currently we have it lying somewhere around here. So why I'm putting this line here? As I explained, in other sessions. We've got a tip of the wick here, 2 tips, 3 actually, and then another 3, 4, 5. Today, if it ends up here, is 6. So picking the most frequent activities around the middle of the box, that's where the center line or the middle line should go. And you see the thing here that's going to happen on Thursday, this cross, the center line of this downward channel crossing the bottom edge of the bigger uptrend like for the past 6 months. So if it's going to happen early, I mean breaking outside of this bigger box, it may happen in the next few days, like Monday to Wednesday. Let's see whether that's the case, if it really can't go back above the center line. So here, 2 days, it went above. Actually it is tested a bit, but successfully closed above. But on Wednesday, the price already came back down to the lower half of this downtrend. This is the lower half over here. So this is the first wedge. This is the second. So if it breaks towards the downside early, meaning finishing that half-year uptrend sooner than expected, like next 3 days is the day, like is the time frame. If it successfully, like the bulls successfully defended this time point, the other breakout time point will be around November the 9th. So 2 time points we have covered. Let's see which one will happen. And eventually, like there is this 180 key level that provided support last weekend and also this week. So when the price comes outside of this upward channel, eventually this line will be retested, and this time it may not stand because we've got 2 signs of weaknesses happened already. Yeah, it can. Let's say if we have the other LPSY happened, and then the third sign of weakness, maybe just another small bounce before it's going to come down for the actual preliminary support. That means entering the early stage of accumulation. So that was what happened. Well, this one isn't that clear, like the preliminary support, but this one was very clear over here back in February. So that's a level around the green key level of $150. This is the pessimistic scenario, but that's what the market is right now. So I just want to align the percentages, the probability. So for this is a different stage compared to the one in the weekly, and we all understand they are different. So instead of an upthrust of the distribution, I'll downward adjust it to maybe a second test somewhere near the upthrust we had back in late September. So pretty long story for Solana today. Hope you like it. Thanks for joining me, and thanks for your support, Sam, and also other members in the community. See you in the next session.